is Ruth Nowak. I'm the curator of Documenta 12, which will happen next year between June and September of Kassel in Germany.
For me, it's somewhat strange to sit on that side of the table because I've been an editor and journalist and writer on visual arts and cultural theory since the 80s, and I've been editor even of the cultural section of an Austrian daily. Now I'm in the editorial of a Viennese-based cultural magazine called Springerin, and Ruth and Roger asked me to think about then how we could make the publications of Documenta reliable or linked into the whole project, and that's why I'm here now. I'm editor-in-chief of the Documenta magazine.
I've prepared a few notes in order to force myself not to talk too long, because I tend to monologize for hours on the subject, and I would rather like to give you opportunity to also ask specific questions. Documenta has started in 1955. The first Documenta was not called Documenta 1 because it was not thought to be part of a series in the beginning, but because of its success, it continued as a series, and in 2007 we will have Documenta 12. It is one of the largest, but certainly most important exhibitions of the state of contemporary art and contemporary life. In terms of its public, it has been increasing. The last time, 4 years ago, 4 years ago, we had 650 million visitors in 100 days, and we will probably have more this time.
650 million?
I'm sorry, no. Yeah, thank you. I probably said million instead of thousands because this large number is very scary. It creates a lot of problems for serious curating. One can imagine that easily people just come as masses to a city that only has 200,000 inhabitants, and as masses, and go through an exhibition as masses. But in fact, Documenta is very happy in having a tradition of a public that is very engaged and very seriously. The public is a lay public. They're not experts, but they come with an attitude of learning something, of experiencing something that they don't know about and informing themselves. This has probably two causes. One has to do with how Documenta started. In 1955, the city was just being rebuilt. It had been almost completely destroyed in 2 nights of bombs that fell onto the city. This had to do with, the reason for bombing Kassel was that it had heavy industry, armaments industry. The new German state poured money into Kassel in order to rebuild it as an image of the new German Republic. It became an ideal of a fortress city in the 50s. The new German state poured money into Kassel in order to rebuild it as an image of the new German Republic. It became an ideal of a fortress city in the 50s. But despite of this new image, German society was thoroughly demoralized. It had to face up to its traumas, and on top of that, it had affected a cultural diaspora. Many people who had been important in German culture had to flee the country. In this situation, the first documenta brought back art that had not been seen in Germany for 12 years because the Nazis had not allowed it, the so-called degenerate art, and showed it in a context with other work. In this, the public took this incident and this exhibition as an opportunity to form a civil society and to practice this. So there was a lot of discussion during this exhibition, and this has continued as a tradition of documenta. To give an example of how important the public is for documenta, the last documenta done by Opry in Vesor as a post-colonial exhibition was first criticized by the art experts. But the public really loved this because it was an opportunity to see works from all over the world in a post-colonial perspective, and this was new to them, and they appreciated it. And it turned around the spirit of Documenta 11. The second reason why this exhibition is special as an institution is because there is no institution behind it. It is created for each documenta, it is created anew. There's just a very small staff of 3 people, and there's an international jury. So each director can build up his or her own team and can decide what is the emphasis. And this director this time, for instance, thought that one of the important parts of the exhibition should be the Documenta magazine, which Georg will talk about later. The contract of the director doesn't tell him anything or her. So there's artistic freedom for the director. And this is also very important because independent of art market or government situations, this exhibition can have a perspective on what is the contemporary